Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of The Slumber Party. Look at us in our new digs, new setup, new everything.
Hi, Brittany.
We're elevating. We're surrounded by our girls. Look at this. Come on.
We've got a couple more girls we need to add, so you got to keep listening to us. And with every episode, we might, get some new people.
Right.
You never know.
Maybe we change it up. Maybe we switch post. You know what I mean?
We don't know.
As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends. Play in the car when you're on your way to a night out or whatever the case may be.
Take us on a road trip.
Take us on a road trip. What I mean? We like to travel.
Yeah.
So, Kat, updates since Season 2.
I'm still not done with my home. I'm not done. I don't know when I'm going to be done.
But it
so
looks
many
fabulous.
Things. Thank you.
It does. She's always so hard on herself. But you know what? Your home always gives it's warm, but it's also, I feel like warm is almost not a good enough adjective because it feels like spiritually safe. It feels safe. That's what it feels like.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes me feel so happy because that's I always want people to feel that way, like when they're with me or around me.
Yeah.
That actually is like the number one compliment I always get is like, oh, I feel safe around you. And I'm like, tell me I'm pretty. What are we even saying right now?
Yeah. Well,
don't look at my feet, please.
I was going to say, I like your feet. Honestly,
that'll be $20.
On our Patreon. Speaking of, we have a Patreon.
Yes.
So after every episode, anything that we couldn't fit into the episode, we're just going to put the clips on our Patreon. We'll put any additive stuff on our Patreon. Yes. If you want to partake in our group chat, girl chat? Group chat,
yeah.
Which is going to be a segment where if you need advice, listen, it's just like a slumber party. We're not claiming to be therapists. We're not claiming to be licensed.
We're not.
It might be the blind leading the blind.
Fully.
But is that not what a good slumber party is?
You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about.
Right. You tell somebody you don't trust your man and your friend says, let's key his car right now.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Do you remember when I walked outside my house and that car was keyed up?
Yes.
And then it's like this girl was like gunning for BMWs.
Yes.
So we parked, because we have a BMW, so we had to park our car like blocks away because we didn't know what was going on. But I think she didn't know which car was her man's.
And she just kept carving cheater, bitch, over these BMWs in Brooklyn.
I was like, you go, girl, but not on my car, please. Thank you.
She was like, I can't remember which one he drove, but you know what? Screw any man with a BMW.
But honestly, it looked like she had help.
Bro,
it looked like, a group went and did that.
That was a 2-woman job.
And we love, group activities, community, unity.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
cars
we're building the girlhood. What hood's the best hood? Girlhood.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, I've never keyed a car, so please call me. I would love to partake in this. It sounds like a good idea.
I've had my fair share.
Okay.
Sorry. We used to put bologna on guys' cars and then saran wrap it in the sun.
Okay.
Because there was like a rumor that if you stick bologna on a car and you saran wrap people's car a ton of times with like multiple rolls of saran wrap, it'll take the paint off. And allegedly. And then and then you slash their tires, but you only slash 3. Because if you slash 4, then the insurance can cover it. If you only slash 3, they don't cover it.
Noted.
Allegedly. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Let's jump right in for Season 3.
Okay.
Give us a light as a feather.
My light as a feather is I started therapy.
This is huge.
I know.
I've been telling her not to sound like it.
You need help.
But it has been a topic.
Martha has been a topic. Martha is a consistent topic. Every 48 hours, I'm texting Diana. I'm texting Alyssa, Rebecca, everybody who's in my friends. I'm like, and another thing that happened on my wedding morning.
Yeah. But it is true, though, like, And I also want to say that when you have friends around you that understand when you go through a traumatic experience, you can't just get over it. Like, you have to be a good friend to know, like, it's gonna
keep coming up.
It's gonna keep coming up, but it's because, like, that feeling that you felt was so traumatic.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I never make you feel bad about talking to me about the same thing over and over again. Yeah. But it's also because I think you're talking to a group of girls that knows how it feels. Yeah. When people are like, okay, well, how much more are you gonna talk? Like, and they make you feel so bad for having feelings, but your feelings are valid. So it's good that you have a safe space.
It reminds me of, remember fucking that bitch ass friend in Princess Diaries where she's like, your dad died like a week ago. Like, shut up about it. Oh, do you remember that?
Wait. Was it her best friend?
Yes.
Liz? Oh, I don't remember that. And that's one of my favorite movies. So early 2000s like, movies were really unhinged.
She's like, didn't your dad die like a couple months ago? Like, why are you still on about it? Fucking bitch.
Like, okay. Yeah. And the school dances this weekend. Like, please. No, but I'm really happy that you're in therapy and you're feeling your feelings.
Yeah. We're working through Martha.
Therapy is also new for me. I started that a couple weeks back, and then look at us, 2026. You know what I mean?
Well, we're getting the help we need.
Not us being like, who's going to give us a trophy?
So we don't end up in padded rooms.
Right. Or jail.
Meanwhile, the ones who caused us this, you know.
Do they ever end up in padded rooms like they deserve? You know, the people that always deserve therapy, they never end up in padded rooms or cells, but they always end up on like a stage receiving awards.
I think you get a check if you call them and let them know somebody needs to be in the padded room.
Really?
I got a couple people.
Oh, I could make my rent 3 times over.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
No visitations, no snacks, no windows.
Yeah, like you deserve.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I love you light as a feather. Wait,
your hair looks so good. You know what? My other light as a feather is your hair.
Thank you.
I've watched your hair journey in the past year. MashaAllah, Habibti. You are looking so good like this.
My hair has really been one of my favorite things to take care of.
Yeah.
I started taking care of it last year. And I just kind of started like embracing my natural hair. I've been allowing it to be curly. Yeah. And also my goal is to get it back to its original curls, which because of all of the dyeing, like, is just kind of non-existent.
Well,
but my hair has
blow
grown
dry
a lot.
Mine all the time. So.
It grew a lot. It was like up to here, like last year. You know, I gave it a trim a little while ago. My ends are of course dead, but listen, there's nothing I could do about that.
That's okay.
Only so much.
You don't have to trim it too often. You know, let me tell you something. As if I'm a fucking trichologist, like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyways, and that's why this is a Slumber Party advice. You really don't need to trim your hair that often unless it's like super dead.
Right. No, I don't. It's only when like I really start to notice it where I'm like, this feels like straw. Like I got to give it a little half inch.
You know, hairdressers, that be like, you got to trim it every 4 to 6 weeks. Your hair grew like this much.
So it's like, it's just going to stay the same length.
I love my hairdresser because, you know, she specializes in hair growth.
Right.
And I've never seen a salon that has so many women and women of color with long, full, beautiful hair. Because a lot of salons would be like, oh, you should chop this off. This much you should chop off.
No. And then you tell them, like, I want to keep my length. And they're like, I'll just cut off 3 inches. Like, it's nothing.
You know,
like, that doesn't take like a year to grow.
3 inches takes to grow?
Yeah. Yeah. And my fiance, Dano, went to your girl.
He did?
And he came back. Good. He came back looking like a Puerto Rican Cat Williams. Okay. He did. His hair looked fantastic. He had a blowout and everything.
It looked great. And you know, my
like Chris Angel. He looked like he was about to vanish me.
My hairdresser, you know, she's been bleaching her hair blonde since she was like 16.
Really?
Okay, she's in her 40s now. She don't look it. She looks maybe 17. No, she looks damn good. You know what I mean? But one of the things she told me is like a secret, I guess, to, you know, really keeping your hair healthy when you're bleaching it and dyeing it that much is you got to do it often.
Really?
Yeah. So she doesn't let more than 3-4 weeks go before she like redoes her roots.
Wow.
And then for me, because this is not too far off from my natural hair color, I'll go like 6 to 8 weeks. But I won't go more than 2 months before I redo my roots again. But for the girls who are like, consistently bleaching, I mean, that's why like, and we'll get into her, but Carolyn Bessette, she was bleaching that shit like, every 48 hours.
Oh, yeah.
To keep those roots. She looked like a natural blonde.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah.
Man.
Jennifer Aniston, not a natural blonde. Looks great on her though.
Oh, so my light is a feather since we have been in between.
Now we take it over.
No, because it's a good thing. Because that is a part of my light is a feather is focusing on the things that make me feel princess-like.
Yes.
My skin has been really great. I feel like I look. You know what's crazy? I feel like I look like my face. Like you grow into your face a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like I've grown into my face a little bit. Where I look at myself in the mirror when I have no makeup on, and I'm like, I feel like I look really pretty right now.
You got a good face.
Thank you. I got a good face. Diana. She's got a good face.
And honestly, you've had the same face your whole life.
Thank you.
I've never seen cuter pictures from a kid. I mean, I just like.
I was a cutie.
Just absolutely adorable.
They say the kids with the most chaotic homes and troublesome childhoods, they have the cutest baby pictures. Just kidding. I made that up.
You know what? Jean Benet.
Jesus Christ. Jean Benet. Oh my God.
She had adorable baby pictures.
Oh my God.
Have you heard the new conspiracy that
Of course I have.
Erica Kirk is Jean Benet?
That's not what I was thinking. Guys, we're starting off season 3 strong. Super strong.
As someone who is a Jean Benet expert, while they are the
Jean
same...
Benet is crazy as a transition.
While they are the same age and we're beauty pageant girly pops, I don't believe that conspiracy.
Oh, no.
I could be wrong.
If there's one thing...
When am I wrong? Rarely, never.
Listen, I'll just tell everyone right now, they're very lucky that Kat decided to be an artist and a songwriter and not an FBI agent, because since I've been friends with her, she has solved like 7 fucking mysteries. And she'll call me at 3 a.m. Like she'll send me a voice note at like 2 a.m. Be like, hey, so I was just consulting with the internet, and I believe I have solved this and this and this. And I'm not even going to say it on the podcast because I want to conserve her brilliance. I don't want people to take her brilliance for granted. But yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
No, yeah. People are very lucky she did not become an FBI agent.
This is why I think I'm autistic. It all kind of ties together.
It all ties in.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so my light is a feather. My light is a feather is in 2026 I am learning, and first of all, 2026, I know last year we talked a lot about being the villain, but I think going into things thinking that you're gonna be the villain actually does the opposite. 2026, I'm just focusing on me and making sure that I'm really, really, really happy. So I am performing a ton. Literally 3 days into the new year, I was in a musical. I was in Avenue Q as Lucy T. Slut. It was one of my favorite roles that I've ever done. It was with a puppet. If you don't know that show, that is the Broadway show that infamously, or no, not infamously, because it's a love show, but notoriously beat out Wicked for the best musical at the Tonys in the same year. And I had not really heard a lot about that show. Absolutely loved it. Where I performed at another place earlier this year, I forgot where, I can't even think about it. And then I'm performing tomorrow at the Bad Bitch Bash at the Stand with a ton of amazing comedians that a lot of you know, a lot of you love. We got Brittany Brave. We got a whole bunch of people in there, people that you follow online or are obsessed with online. Yes. They're on the bill with me. And I may or may not have a surprise at the end. I'm trying to construct it right now with my managers, but we'll see.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm also very excited for you.
I feel really good. And I've been
confirmation burp, as the TikTok tarot readers say.
So on top of me performing more, I was just really trying to manifest, like I'm trying to find a creative flow, right? Because I feel like a lot of the times as creatives and songwriters, we have these ideas, we have these songs we want to make, but we're not finding that consistency. I am working with this incredible producer in my studio. we just made this incredible song together, and it was like bing, 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 bing. It works on my schedule. I don't like taking months to do a song. I think it gets me out of my momentum.
Right.
I like to handle it, get it, keep it moving on to the next one. So my creativity has been flowing, and I'm finally excited about my wedding. I'm very much like middle fingers up to the bitches that are getting in my way. Standing my ground. I am pissing everyone off, and I don't really give a shit.
Pissing who? It's your fucking wedding. Who gives a fuck?
Right. Not me anymore. I did, but now I don't.
Thank you.
And I think I've made it really clear that like my wedding is not the place for people to mend bridges or extend olive branches. You can do that. Build your own bridge in your own creek, not in my shit. Okay.
Oh, beautifully. Write that down, everybody. You're such a poet.
Thank you.
You know?
And I'm super, super excited. Got my dress. My mom got her dress. We booked our bachelorette party.
Her dress is sick.
Yeah, my dress is sick.
Your mom, I was talking about your mom, but your dress is incredible. You already know I cried for your dress.
My mom looks
But
insane.
her mom-
oh my God. My mom looks stunning. She does.
Beautiful.
And then, me and my dad is being very nice to me these days.
That's nice.
I think he is seeing somebody who like a therapist or a medical person that is helping him work through some stuff. And now he's being very nice to me, and he's focusing on my wedding.
We love this.
And
this is beautiful.
dare I say he's being very generous. I'm pulling the like daddy's little girl vibe right now. My mom is just like, milk him for what he's got. Okay, honey. And I'm like, okay, maybe I will.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, and my wedding is under budget right now. Can we believe? In New York, my wedding under budget. Oh my God, I'm killing it. I'm getting discounts. I'm getting deals. I'm making collaborations. When this is
all said and done, don't do it now because, haters. When it's all said and done, you got to make TikToks about, things you did and how you saved and yada yada.
Yes.
That's what saved me it didn't save me money, but I was able to figure things out.
It really helps listening to other people on the internet.
Yes.
Because what I'm going to tell the girls, because I knew I was going to do this for years. I am going to be purchasing ballroom heels. Like we're ballroom dancers, competition dancers. Those are the heels I'm going to purchase for my wedding. It doesn't matter that they're not that cute looking. I can decorate them myself. I don't need super fancy shoes that I'm going to wear once and forget about them. I want something that's comfortable. Because if there's one thing about me, you're not going to find me in a sneaker on my dance floor. I'm sorry. I know girls love that. I know it's all about comfortability. It's fantastic for you. I have thick legs. I don't want to look stubby. I'm sorry. I look stubby in sneakers underneath my dress. I like to look elongated. Okay.
And will. Also, do your shoes need to be that expensive? No one's going to see them. Your dress is going to be covering.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Unless you change into a short dress, which I did not. So.
Right. I'm not changing into a short dress.
And to be honest, my wedding shoes, which thank God I got them on sale. Love you, Jimmy Choo. Love you. Actually, I have the shoes right here. And let me tell you something. I didn't even wear them. I wore them for a picture, took them off.
Right.
So now they're going in a case, and hopefully I have a daughter or I have a son with a very stylish, bride.
Mm-hmm. Or just a little flamboyant gay son.
Flamboyant. You know what I mean?
I want a gay son.
Honestly, me having a gay son makes so much sense. All my friends are like, oh, you're going to be so upset when your son is straight.
Okay, but if you have a gay son, can I tell you, it's going to be like a fabulous mother with a incredible gay son. It's going to be Anderson Cooper and his mother. And Gloria Vanderbilt. Come on.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Oh my God, it makes so much sense.
Yes.
You're going to be Gloria Vanderbilt with an Anderson Cooper son. Come on. Is that not the dream? Is that not the dream?
I'll tell you what my dream is. My dream is my kid. Let me tell you something. You're sitting in me for 10 months. Do the math. 40 fucking weeks, honey. That's 10 goddamn months. That's almost the whole year. You're sitting in me. You're putting me in pain. You're giving me fucking back pains. I got fucking headaches. Your teeth. You're shitting yourself. You're pissing yourself. All this. And you're going to have the nerve to look like your father?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I never fully understood. Not that I didn't understand, but it's like once I start seeing people close to me push these bowling balls out of their hoo-has, and people have the nerve to be like, he looks so much like my nephew.
I gotta tell you, people, and we'll
You
get
better
into,
keep that to yourself. Even if he does have the same unibrow, you keep it to yourself.
we'll get into this when we talk about, you know, a controversial topic here. But when a woman is given birth and she's been through hell, now she's in postpartum, and postpartum, we don't know. It could go either way. She could have a good time. She could not have a good time. The first words out of your fucking mouth shouldn't be that the baby looks like the dad or the
Right.
baby looks like the dad's family. The baby don't look like fucking nobody.
Right.
You're not going to know what that kid is going to look like until it's like 16. So just shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You just be like, oh, what a beautiful baby. First of all, 1 out of 1 million babies are going to be adorable.
mhm.
Okay. It's like a little rat. A lot is going on.
Yes, a little naked mole rats.
know what
That's
I
what
mean?
makes them cute. It's like we don't
Right.
know what you're gonna look like.
We have no idea.
And also, it has a lot to do with hairstyle and how people dress and act or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, everybody always says that, like, I stole my dad's face. But when I was, like, younger, people always thought that I looked like my mom or whatever.
People always think I look like my mom, and then they see my dad, and then they're like, oh.
Yeah. You start to see
They're
this.
like, oh, no, you look like, I'm like, I know. Me and my mom are just the same complexion. That's the only reason why you think we look alike. All right, my stuff is aboard. Listen, this is my opinion. I'm not saying it's legit. Listen, shut the fuck up, everybody. It's very stupid, but it's my stuff is aboard. Okay. I have beef with round tables. I hate a fucking round table. You know what happened? I was on FaceTime with my mother, and we were talking about like breakfast or whatever. And my grandmother in my grandma's house, she has a little like breakfast nook. And in her breakfast nook, she has a round table. And I'm like, what in the King Arthur is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing with this fucking round table? We should not have round tables in the house. Why are we eating dinner at a round? If I see a round table in your house, I'm going to assume either you're having some type of coven convention, okay, or some type of medieval council meeting, to which I would like to be invited to both.
Right.
However, you know, unless it's like a banquet, you know, type of situation, you know, it's like a baby shower or something.
Right.
Okay, but in the house,
No, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe because like there's no structure, and that's upsetting to me. It's my autism.
No. But I kind of agree. But I agree though, because you know what? Here's my thing. There's certain spaces in a home where I think, sure, maybe a round table can work, but I love a grand parlor room.
You know what I mean?
With a big, nice, long table. When you're having people over, a Thanksgiving, a celebration, you bring the leaflets up the middle, you extend it, it seats 18 people. You can't seat 18 people around a circle table.
What?
No.
Unless you're King Arthur.
Unless you're King Arthur.
This is what I'm trying to say.
No, I love a good long rectangle.
Yeah. In the home, everybody. Don't be like my baby shower. I'm talking about at home every day.
You know, actually for my wedding, I was like, we could do the long tables for my wedding, but we could do that because it's a very chic to have like the long tables. But in the space, we're like, I think the circles just look better in the space because it doesn't work in every space.
Yes, it has to match the space.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for my henna night, we did round tables.
Right.
Yes. And then for my wedding, what they did was they had tables that fit like 12 people, and then they put all the tables together. So it looked like 2 extremely long round tables.
Yeah.
But it was like multiple tables put together. But, excuse me, in the space where we had the henna night, rectangle tables wouldn't have looked good. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So it has to work with the space. But when you're planning a party and stuff like that's completely different. I mean, when I'm getting up, when I'm eating my dinner, and I'm having, I'm not eating my dinner at a round table.
Right.
This is very stupid.
But this is, I feel like people will relate with us. They will. But also, you know, long rectangle
or get
tables.
Very upset. One or the other.
Also, like, you know, when people go down like numbers and they say what number is like old, what number is young, and like sometimes they don't make sense. They'll be like 27 years old is super, super old. 28 years old is like super old. 29, super young. 31, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel similar with inanimate objects. So like, because like if you go to a wedding, like short rectangle tables, super young. Super young.
Okay.
Round tables, old.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like certain things like that. But the reason why is like, I know I'm going old for my wedding with the round tables, but it's also because I know.
See, I thought round tables were young.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's only just
And
because.
see, this is interesting.
Really? I think it's always just because I associate like round tables with like VFWs. Do you know what a VFW?
No.
Okay, so this might be like a Long Island. VFW was a veteran of foreign war, so it was like people would have baby showers here. It was like a place where veterans over the last 50 years can go and hang out at a bar or some shit. It's like their place, but people would have like communions, bat mitzvahs, whatever. Like my grandfather was a part of a VFW, and it's like you have your post and like it's a whole thing. But anyways. So I just associate like round tables because that was all I had ever kind of sat at until I had gone to different receptions. I was like, oh my God, these short, like long tables like feel so chic. But I also know like I have a lot of old family members. Like they can't walk along a wall, along a side to like get around. Like they'd rather just get up from their seat and walk around circles. That's what I know that doesn't make any sense.
But
I get it.
Here's what's interesting, because in my family, it's always very long. So I thought there was like an old school thing.
Interesting.
Just like an 1800s, early 1900s concept of having like very long tables. And I thought the round tables was more of like a modern.
Interesting. Wow.
Like,
just goes to show.
Yeah.
we don't know anything.
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
Send us your questions because we don't know.
Right,
there
right,
you go.
exactly.
All right, stiff as a board.
I think my stiff as a board would be using women as jokes. So stupid. Because you know what's funny? Like we joke
Not
better.
us.
We just choose to withhold.
Right.
You know, like the whole thing with the with like the U.S. women's hockey team or whatever.
Get into it.
They think that we're taking it so seriously. And we're like, no, babe, it's not that we're taking it seriously. It's that you've done this joke 12,000 times about how women aren't allowed in boys' places over eons. And my favorite thing is like, everyone says, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. But if it's like, let's say physically we had a diagram. If you make one cheeky joke, it might not be that deep, but let's say it's like an inch. Then you make another cheeky joke. It's another inch. It's not that deep. You make another cheeky joke. It's another inch. It's not that deep. But when you got 75, 80, it's not that deep little digs or jokes in a row.
Pretty deep.
It's like, yeah, but at what point are we just, I'm going to believe you. You don't value me, so therefore I'm not going to give you the time of day. And they could joke about women not being in these rooms or this or that. The reality is that people hear those jokes and they agree with them on a serious level, and that implements a whole bunch of other shit where now a lot of young men truly believe that women deserve to be second-class citizens. And these men are never going to get laid. And I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. Men who respect women also get to sleep with them.
Yeah.
That's why you guys are so angry, is because you disrespect women and you're like, why doesn't anybody like me? And you can say all these jokes about women, but the second we say something about, God forbid, your height and your disconnecting beard, please, oh my God, it's, you don't know what I have to go through. You don't know how hard it is to be a man. We have to go to war.
Having a micro penis is very, very difficult.
Right. And they always love to say, like, we have to go to war. We build bridges and things. When was the last time you even laid a brick down in your front yard? Stop it. Please. Stop it. So yeah, women as jokes, it's overplayed, it's outdone, because if we played the same game, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And side note, I just want to say, I don't know if it's New York women, because New York women are extremely strong and smart and independent. Growing up for me, I always thought, like, for me and my friends, we're kind of all on the same page. It kind of felt like a silent understanding that like women let the men think that they're in charge.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Like I felt like it was always like a silent, like, well, he needs to do his thing because just get him out of the house because let me handle everything because he can't.
I feel like that's most non-American cultures. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's most like West Indians, Europeans, Asian, South Asian, Middle Eastern. I feel like the United States waspy way is completely different.
You know what, too? I think it's the perception of what and the definition of what a leader or the head of something is, because people
they don't even know where the scissors are.
Right.
Please.
But people are like, men are the head of the household because they big and strong. They lift things up and put them down. And I'm like, okay, But if you ask them to do 3 things, 4 things, 5 things at once, a lot of these men that are obsessed with calling themselves the leader of their household, and they lead and they lead and they lead and they lead. It's the men that are obsessed with this, by the way. I'm not saying all men, but the men that are obsessed with being, well, the man needs to be in charge and the woman needs to submit to her husband. That woman that you're saying like, oh, well, she's just a stay-at-home mom. She's not only handling the kids, her laundry, their laundry, your laundry, cleaning, cooking, events, taking them here, taking them there, making sure that their school projects are ready, making sure that she's well kept, making sure that she's paying the bills. She's the one balancing the checkbooks. You might make the money, but you don't do anything with it. You come home and you lay on the couch while she's making sure everything's paid. All the accounts are there. You have all the passwords. Where's the money in the bank? So are you leading, or are you just a figurehead that gets to sit at the front of a table? Like, that's what gets me, is that I feel like all women that I've ever known all kind of have this understanding of like, yeah, but men can't do what we do. They think that they're the head, but these men that are obsessed with being the man of the house, it's like a fake figure. Even when they say like, well, you know, men have really demanding jobs because they're physically demanding. You know what I know about a lot of these architectural companies and construction sites? A lot of them are run by women. Like, the women might not do the physical lifting, but they make the plans.
I mean, the
Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was
Yes,
about,
I knew that was where your mind was going.
Literally.
The Brooklyn Bridge.
You ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Ooh, not in a while.
Okay, well, the mother, who's not Greek, she's Jewish. But anyway, she's Greek in the movie.
Oh, yeah. My God.
She says, in the movie, she says, the man may be the head, but the woman is the neck. And the neck controls the head.
There are some things that we, like, while we were on our, season hiatus, we were like, oh, we got to bring this up.
So many things happened.
So many things. So we're going to talk about a few kind of in rapid fire fashion in a sense, or we'll do our best because you know us. Let's chat about, a lot of people have this obsession. We always have these obsessions, I feel like, in this new millennia of going back to past times and obsessing over past aesthetics, styles, all of the above culture. I feel like, it was Y2K for a while. People still love Y2K, early 2000s, because it was pretty iconic, you know what I mean? But now we're kind of in this 90s era where everyone's obsessed with the 90s. And I think we got to revisit some of those things, stuff with the Carolyn Bessette and JFK Junior love story that is out right now. This isn't 90s, this is early 2000s, but America's Next Top Model, that documentary came out. So let's talk about some of these fashion trends, body trends, style trends, celebrity trends. Because one thing about me when it comes to JFK and Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy is people are really, really like revering Carolyn as the style icon. And listen, she is, but is it her style or her aura? For me.
Or is she just a skinny white girl?
Or is she just a skinny blonde woman? You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing. I think skinny blonde woman, just because I think she knows how to wear her clothes with a sense of, I don't need this man. That's what made people so obsessed with her, was that she was like giving him a hard time. It was this aura of, she got this guy that's chasing after her and everyone chased after the guy. People were obsessed with her aura. Because was she wearing anything that revolutionary?
I'll speak on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, but yes. It's no and yes at the same time. Does she dress like your average woman from Westchester County or Connecticut? Yes. She also is from Westchester County and Connecticut. Is it basic, bland? Yes. However, her style was intentional. And when you're dressing basic or minimalist and it's intentional, it's very different than just throwing on a white tee and jeans, right? The 90s style was a lot more textured, bold colors, heavy gold jewelry. I'm talking from the Chanel runway to the hip hop artist. This was like across the board. This style was running pretty rampant. And because she was wearing the opposite of what was in style at the time, I think that's what makes her style iconic. Now, she did work in fashion, so this is a woman who knows fashion very well. But the thing about it is she's wearing clothes that are tailored to her. She's paying attention to the cut of things, the texture, the juxtaposition of the outfit as well. Those are things that is going to make a basic white tee and a basic pair of jeans look completely different on someone who knows style versus someone who's trying to copy that.
Right. Right.
Right? So I think that's what made it interesting, was that it wasn't the same as what everyone else was wearing. Also, you've got a lot of this happens when a woman starts to date an iconic or very prominent bachelor, i.e. Prince William. You notice everyone was comparing Kate's outfits and Meghan's outfits to Diana.
Right.
But Carolyn was not dressing like Jackie O.
Right.
And that's also very admirable. We like that. But, you know, is this like or was she revolutionary in her style? Like, no. That's like Iris Apfel. She's revolutionary in her style, right? Jackie O was revolutionary for a multitude of reasons, even though technically the style did belong to Lee. Oh. May they both rest in peace. I just had a stroke. But yeah. So that's my take.
Yeah.
On it.
No, but I think you're right. Like, I think it's this, and everybody's now is like trying to be like, this is my Carolyn Bessette outfit, like style outfit.
And I want to comment on that too when you're done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, let's not get it twisted. Carolyn was a New York girl. Right. She was a New York girl. She was a New York fashion girl of the 90s. What you're thinking Carolyn Bessette is today, let me break it to you guys. I'm so sorry. Carolyn Bessette was not doing Pilates in the morning and grabbing a fucking matcha.
No.
Carolyn Bessette was doing some contraband in the bathroom and making out with people on the dance floor.
Cigarette for breakfast. Okay.
Coca-Cola and then a coffee.
For lunch.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get it. She was like, I think that's what I mean when I say like it's aura, because also this was the point that I wanted to keep in my from Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board when we broke into this. Here's the thing. People are obsessed with her, but I want to say like it's her beauty and her face and her like this, the way that she looks in comparison to now where everybody kind of has similar features because everybody is doing the lips, the nose. You all look the same.
Okay.
The way people made individuals with the long face, women, long faces and long noses feel so disgusting in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s and early 2000s, to the point where Jennifer Aniston, nose job. The lady from Dirty Dancing, nose job, and it ruined her career because she was famous for that nose. Carolyn Bessette gave those women a freaking light because this woman with this gorgeous long face, this gorgeous long nose, it was so particular to her. She was a stunning woman. She has these bright eyes.
Nice face. Very nice face.
Gorgeous face. But when it comes down to like Jennifer Aniston, why can't I think of her name right now? Oh my God, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Also his ex.
Right, also his ex. These women were
He's got a type, let me tell you.
Oh, he sure does. Sure does. These women, like, were told that they were, before their nose jobs, were told that they were so ugly. And here comes Carolyn Bessette, long face, gorgeous long nose, stunning. Absolutely stunning. I think people are obsessed with her because they are like, oh, wow, everybody looks the same right now. And this is a woman who doesn't look like everyone else. And the thing is about the 90s, you look at a lot of people like I find interesting facial features to be something to be revered, right? I wasn't around in the 90s to know what it was. I mean, I was, but I was a child. I wasn't.
Me too, honey, me too. I wasn't even born. I was born in 2005.
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah, me too. 5 years ago. But this woman was so like, I think it was just There was an unapologeticness to her where it's a New York fashion girly.
Right.
She's like, I'm going to dress in my white tee that's perfectly tailored to me, and I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and I'm going to fight with my boyfriend in the middle of Central Park. There's nothing more New York, by the way.
That's so New York.
There's nothing more New York. The amount of times me and Dano were screaming at each other drunk in the middle of, and then we go home and we cuddle.
I'll tell you what, she's so New York, I'm willing to put the Westchester and Connecticut thing past her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Also, two things. Number one, the thing about Carolyn is she had personal style. None of yous have personal style. Now,
no one.
You do. You know what? We're going to save that for episode 2. We're going to talk about personal style in episode 2.
Oh, yes.
But let's get back to what we were talking to about aura. Right? I'm going to use another New York girl as an example. Here's your homework. You're going to go on Amazon Prime. You're going to rent a movie. Actually, it might be free. Called How to Marry a Millionaire. It is starring Lauren Bacall, Marilyn Monroe, and I forgot the name of the other actress. She is famous, so I feel really stupid forgetting her name. But we've all been taught Marilyn Monroe is where you look when you're watching a movie with her, because she's supposed to be the most beautiful, the most this, except she's so interesting, she's so pretty, blah, blah, blah. Your eyes cannot get off of Lauren Bacall. And it's not because she's prettier than Marilyn, it's not that. It's something about the Bronx, New York attitude that she fucking exudes.
That energy.
When she's in the room. She's just, I don't know, impressive. She don't even have to open her mouth. I'm just like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
And that's another thing. And I think we've talked about this on here before, but let me say it again and drill it into your fucking head. All these people who talk about New York 10, Miami 10, LA 10, yada, yada, yada. A lot of you were talking about girls with the same size tits and a fat ass and a lot of plastic surgery. That's not a New York 10, babe.
No.
You know what girls from New York are never trying to be the prettiest girl in the room.
Nope.
They are always trying to be the coolest girl, the most iconic bitch. And it has nothing to do with their face. A lot of times it's going to be their outfit, their jewelry, their attitude, their accent, whatever. They're interesting.
Yeah, their energy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Carolyn is she's interesting, especially because everyone was interested in JFK.
Right.
Jr. So now they're looking at him like, oh, well, if he's interested in her, then she must be interesting. So now there's an obsession with her.
Especially her being so mysterious.
Right.
It only amps up the...
Thank God there was no TikTok back then for all of you to be going through this poor girl's first grade fucking report cards.
Oh my God.
What you bitches are doing now. Just why? You know what? And that's another thing. Here's another fucking stiff as a board. My God. I'm sorry. But part of being fucking a celebrity or a prominent personality, what is not about being fucking relatable. It's about creating a fantasy. It's that I don't look at Lady Gaga and be like, oh, this is relatable. No, I need to be pulled into a fucking fantasy world. I need to escape from all the fucking shit that's happening right now. And I just want to be in my little whimsical fucking space. I want an artist who's whimsical, who's exciting, who's fucking weird, who creates a fantasy. I do not want relatable fucking artists. I'm sorry.
You know what it is? It's the accessibility. People think that because artists and people are more accessible, and it has a lot to do with the entertainment industry and how they don't know what to do. The people in the higher ups, now we're branching off into other things, but like,
well, hire me.
Well, the higher ups don't know how to connect with people anymore. So they're just trying to peel back all of the barriers that once made artists, celebrities interesting because you wanted to learn more about their lives. Yeah. But now it's like you have everything on display that everybody, they need to be relatable, because if they're not relatable, then they're tone deaf. Now you're offensive. Now you're this and that because you're tone deaf. I'm sorry. When Lady Gaga came out in a fucking meat dress from the butcher, I wasn't like, oh my God.
This isn't relatable.
This is overconsumption. I wasn't like, we need to cancel her because there are people starving down the street and she's literally wearing them as, like, it's giving let them eat cake. Stop it.
I was like,
stop.
She's weird and I'm fucking obsessed.
She's weird and I'm obsessed.
Also, another New York girl. You know, honestly, it's really just New York.
It catapulted her
New York
to
girls.
fame. And not only that, New York men too, because going back to JFK Jr.
Hello?
This is what, literally, if you put up Carolyn Bessette and JFK Jr., not talking about their aura or their energy, whose style do we think, just based off of clothing alone,
is more interesting?
Yeah, his.
And let me tell you something.
His little glasses? Come on.
All the men who are like, oh, the girls like JFK Jr., I think that's who I want to turn into. I'm here to remind you that man was a Democrat.
Period.
Anyway, also his mother, that is not a Republican woman who is like waiting for the chance to be on fucking Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my God. They always love to say that. Oh, look, why aren't women like this anymore? You wouldn't have liked her either.
A badass?
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my God. Between the style of, maybe we'll do a style segment. We'll do a style episode or something about famous women and their style, because between Lee Radziwill and Jackie Kennedy Onassis, those style icons, oh my God.
And we got to talk about Bianca Jagger, Grace Jones. I mean, there's just so many icons.
Shall we move on to the next topic in Pillow Talk?
Well, we got to talk about America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, that's where we're headed. If we're going to talk about 90s style and we're going to talk about skinny people that have cigarettes and Coca-Cola for breakfast.
Oh, God.
We got to talk about America's Next Top Model in that documentary.
Hello. Tyra the Tyrant. Jail.
I wish I had the skill set that Tyra has. And that is such like toxic positivity to be able to flip everything into a positive. People are like, you literally traumatized people. And she goes, and thank you for holding me accountable.
We need that.
We need all of that. And I know deep down, we all will learn from this. Girl, what the, what?
Tyra, did you learn from this?
Right. And you know what? That toxic positivity works for her. It works for her.
I bet.
Oh my God. But it's true. People are always talking about 90s and early 2000s. And now, obviously, with, you know, the obsession with GLP-1s and everything like that, where people, they have their mixed reviews on it. I think that they have great additives in a lot of cases, but I do think they get abused in a lot of cases. We're seeing this new trend of everybody going back to stick frail figures.
Not me.
Not me either. It doesn't matter what I take or what I'm on. Nothing will ever shrink so far on me. But like, I think because we went to, you know, so much body positivity, people were like, no, like now there's skinny talk. There's nothing tastes as good as skinny feels.
Kate Moss, an icon.
Is that who coined that? I didn't even know.
Yes, that is a Kate Moss quote. As someone who did grow up in the 90s, late 90s, very, very the bottom of the 90s. So late. And I was a model. I did do print though, so I can't relate to like runway, but I was trained for runway because I've been this height since I was 10 years old. So they thought that I was going to be like 5'9", 5'10", 6'4", I don't know, but they were like, oh, she's 10, she's 5'4". Oh, this is great. Yeah. And like I was getting called the next fucking this person, that person. I was so excited. And my walk was to die for. Like,
period. Would it be anything less?
For that ass, you know what I mean?
Would it be anything less?
But I couldn't walk runways because I was too short. But the culture, and also I was a ballerina. So the culture of ballet, which they need to do a documentary on one day, and modeling, being skinny was like, I remember when Titanic came out, very vaguely, because I was just born, but I remember when Titanic came out, they were calling Kate Winslet fat.
Yeah, insane. A
size 4. And they acted like she was a fucking beached whale. And then, you know, I was 2 and skinny. So I'm like, wow, that really is a big woman.
Right. You start saying, wow, look how big she is.
I can't believe she has B cups instead of A.
Right.
I can't believe she's not shaped like a 12-year-old boy.
Right.
At the age of 30.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Right. Not only that, but like, speaking of the obsession with keeping women so thin, I mean, let's not forget the Jessica Simpson tabloid picture of her performing because
Britney Spears?
Oh my God. You know what was crazy too? It was like the obsession with pinning all of these skinny blonde women against each other. And you could see them battling. There was shots of Christina Aguilera where you could tell, like, because Christina Aguilera, they were all thin. All three of them were thin. Christina, Jessica, Britney, all thin. But then they go down to just judging the nitpicking of it all because Britney was more toned than the other girls. Britney looked like she worked out. So now it's like,
because she was dancing.
Right. Oh, Christina, she's got this little pocket belly. Is it a pocket belly? No, it's not. Hello? What are we talking about? Jessica Simpson, what was that? 2007, 2008. She comes out in those high-waisted pants and people are like, oh my God, she looks huge.
She went from a 0 to a 2. And it was, here we go. Here's this fat-ass fucking woman walking in.
It was also like the angle. Listen. It's also the angle they shot it from. They shot it from like down low. She still had the smallest, a boxy figure. You know what was big though? It was just her tits. It was like
I can relate.
Her boobs were her boobs were big. Relate. Her boobs were big, and then she's wearing high-waisted pants, and so they were like, "That's a combination we can exploit." You know what I mean? Like people are just absolutely obsessed with telling women that they're massive and they're huge.
Yeah.
And when you look at America's Next Top Model and you're watching these girls compete and compete and compete, and on this documentary they talked about this, how this one girl who was very small, they were like, oh, she's just gaining weight. She's just gaining so much weight. It was insane. Or like the plus sized models.
Bitches were fainting.
Oh my God.
The plus size girls like a size 6.
If that. And I mean, let's go back to Marilyn Monroe for a second, because when I was younger, before I really knew anything truthfully about Marilyn Monroe, everybody was like, she was just the body positive queen. She was so curvy.
Okay, I'm gonna cut in right here. The whole Marilyn Monroe was a 12 or a 16 or whoever. I want you to know something. Sizes in the 50s were very different than today. Today, Marilyn Monroe would be a size fucking 2. A 2! The only reason they thought she was curvy was because she had tits. And they never saw tits before, apparently.
Right.
And she had, a little waistline.
Yeah, her waist, she just had an hourglass figure.
That's it.
So they were like, oh my God,
she just wasn't shaped like a fucking box.
Right.
And they're like, oh, a curve, she's so big. I've never seen this before.
I've never seen a curve. I've never seen, she had a little belly pouch.
You know what it is? And this, maybe I shouldn't. These men, these Hollywood men, these old Hollywood men, because they're so attracted to fucking children. The second they see a girl with fucking tits or whatever and she looks too much like a woman, it's too much.
Right. It reminds them of their wives. And then they don't like it. That's what happens.
Sarah Jessica Parker, she was Annie on Broadway. And, they fired her the second she got boobs. And she didn't understand because she was like 12. She was like, I don't understand why I don't have a job anymore because you have tits now. They don't like that.
Very frustrating. Insane.
You don't look like a newborn anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So just remember when you're referencing like the skinny era of the late 90s, early 2000s, like, is it really something to be obsessed with? When these girls were literally killing themselves to look like children, to look like little girls.
Hello?
Be a woman. Be a woman. Be proud of being a woman with curves. Be like, so what?
Yeah.
I feel like we just operate within these extremes. It's either we have to, be extremely, 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 extremely skinny, and then people get upset when you're too body positive. And it's like, you never win. There's always going to be a problem, but only with the women. Only with the women.
Of course.
When do we ever do body positivity shit for the men, right?
To remind, also, let me remind you this first. The beauty industry makes so much fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you every 48 hours that there's a new beauty standard. Mm-hmm. And the one you just did is the wrong one. Now we're here.
Right.
Now we're there. having a fat ass is great. Oh, not anymore, because now we just got a new girl who has no ass. So now we want pancake ass.
Right.
And this girl, she's got a big nose, so now we like big noses. So but this girl, she's new and she's got no nose. So now we want the Michael Jackson nose.
Right.
And it's consistently going to fucking change. And if you are a trendy type of broad, I'm here to tell you, fuck that shit.
Right.
Okay. Number 2. Can we talk about that, please? Can we talk? Whenever there's a hot guy, if his wife isn't halfway as fucking hot as he is, that's going to be a problem. See, Carolyn is okay because she's attractive.
Right.
Okay? But a pretty girl with an ugly man, or a skinny girl with a fat old fucking smelly motherfucker, which we see in TV, we see in cartoons. Look at fucking Fred Flintstone and his fucking wife.
What a comparison.
That man has never gone to the gym or eaten a fucking vegetable in his fucking life.
Right.
Okay? Peter Griffin.
Oh, with Lois.
Yeah.
She's packing.
Okay?
She's stacked.
And my boyfriend, don't talk about my man, but I'm going to talk about my man, Kevin James and Leah Remini. I mean, this is like a consistent, thing where like, that's okay. That's okay. But you can't have a hot guy and a girl she's gained a little bit of weight, or
Right.
she's less attractive, or
Right.
no.
That's so true. It is so true. Because you know that if they did that, it would be the whole plot line of a show, or it'd be the whole topic of conversation of like,
he likes a girl that's not that attractive. Isn't he amazing for doing something nice for her?
right. So there's this woman online.
Like, we're not doing fucking charity work.
Right.
Please.
Right. Stream my song charity. It's literally what it talks about. No, there's this girl online, a big body positivity chick, larger woman. Her name is Alicia Caravel. So her man is like an objectively very attractive lumberjack looking 6 foot body weight lifting type of dude, right? And Alicia did that for a long time. They've been dating since they were in high school, middle school or something, right? They went to prom together, whatever. She was into fitness, so she got super, super fit, and then she got really big, and then she got super, super fit again. And she was like, no, like I'm just going to be the bigger woman that I think naturally my body just ends up being.
Yeah.
Just wants to be.
Yeah.
And the way this man is obsessed with her.
I love that.
The way this man is like, they post videos together and he's just like grabbing her. He's obsessed with her. And people take her videos and they do these little AI edits of these fake stories about how he leaves her and he cheats on her and all these things. And she has to be like, do you see this? People are so obsessed with making sure that a hot man could never love a bigger woman. But they would never make this about a skinny, gorgeous woman dating a disgusting, smelly, greasy, big man.
Which we
ever.
do all the time.
Right. Right. Oh my God. The clowns I've dated, please.
I bet.
That's another thing. I don't ever want to hear people say that women have high standards. We have dated sewer rats, and then they've cheated on us and we've still given them another chance.
You know what I mean?
Please. Women are like, as long as you can make me laugh.
This is
But
why
he makes me laugh. Oh,
girls,
God.
we got to work on our self-confidence. Instill confidence. Stop instilling confidence into your fucking sons. They don't need it. They're way too confident. All right? Work on your daughters.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Speaking of sons.
Huh.
Speaking of sons, a fantastic story broke recently.
Yeah.
About
This is going to be a longer episode today.
because these are good topics.
It's our first day back.
It's
you know
our
what
first
I mean?
day back.
Yeah.
We're giving you
Yeah.
treat elites.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the ultimate, dare I say, the ultimate boy mom.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if she's the ultimate boy mom. I've seen some boy moms.
Right. We've seen worse.
Yeah,
but there
TikTok has shown a lot of you.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That footprint on some of you is real bad. But so a story broke. Obviously, there's been rumors that there's tension between the Beckhams, Victoria Beckham, David Beckham, their family, and their son Brooklyn Beckham and his wife Nicola Peltz Beckham, and the Peltz family.
Right.
Two extremely affluent families, okay? If you don't know a lot about the Peltz family, very, very, very affluent, very rich. A lot of power. And obviously the Beckhams, like David is knighted in the UK. That's Sir David Beckham. And Brooklyn and his wife got married, what was it, 2-3 years ago?
No idea.
3 years ago or so, 3.5 years ago. And there was always this big, like, oh, there was drama around the wedding, but nothing was ever confirmed.
Right.
Until now. Brooklyn comes out because there was a lot of stuff still circulating about their wedding and how they have this big fallout and he's not talking to his parents or whatever. He goes on Instagram, basically airs everything out.
Right.
Starts saying, this is what happened at the wedding. This is reports saying that my mother, that Nicola just didn't want to wear my mother's dress is not true. It's that my mother pulled out last second and then Nicola had to scramble to find another dress, and something happened with Mark Anthony is that Mark Anthony got up to sing a song and it was supposed to be the first dance, and he gets up and says, this is for the most beautiful woman in the room, and it was for Victoria Beckham, not Nicola Peltz.
It's the fact that she went up there, though.
It is the fact she went up there.
A normal human being who isn't a toxic boy mom or a hater,
right,
would be like, hey, so this is supposed to be my son's dance with his wife. Traditionally, it's the groom and bride, then it's the bride and her dad,
right,
and then the groom and his mom.
Right.
Victoria was like, actually, it's about me.
Right.
And did you have more to say? Because I'm about to go in.
Go in.
Okay. Here's what I want to say to you guys. Right. Every 12 hours, you get on the internet and you talk about toxic boy moms, how they're weird, how they need to be in jail, how you hate them, this, that, and the third. Okay? Every wedding planner, wedding makeup artist, venue, divorce lawyer has said that the number one person to ruin a wedding is the groom's mother. Okay? A lot of you ain't close to your daddy's family. You're not close to them. A lot of you will be like, I don't know, it's the dad's side. Is it the dad's side or is it your dad's mom?
Ooh.
It was probably your dad's mom,
right,
who wasn't nice to your mom. And let me tell you something, when they don't like you, they don't like your kids.
It's true.
And quite frankly, if they are rude to you, mean to you, or disrespect you, they are not a safe space for your kids. Your children are an extension of you.
Right.
God forbid they look like you, they're going to really fucking hate them.
Or even if, like, let's say, like, even if the grandparent doesn't necessarily hate the kids, but is rude to the mom is like, okay, well, I'm not going to feel super comcomfortable to bring my kids over there and hang out with just her the whole day. You know what I mean? Like, so of course there's going to be distance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard that however they treated you on your wedding, times it by 10, that's how they're going to treat you when you give birth. And this is why no one's allowed around me. Okay? Nobody can come around me. And matter of fact, no one can spend time with my kids without me.
Right.
Okay. But my point is, how is it consistently we're talking about toxic boy moms, and all of a sudden when it's about Victoria Beckham, it's no. It's obviously not her. She's not the problem. You don't know her.
Right.
You don't know her. We don't know her either. We're just going off the fact that a majority of the time it is the boy's mom.
Right.
Right? Now, for all we know, both of them could be fucking toxic.
Right. Yeah. But you know what gets me is like, everyone's saying, oh no, it couldn't have been her. It couldn't have been her. He's just privileged. He's so privileged. He's not allowed to complain about it. He's so ungrateful. He's so ungrateful. I hate this notion that just because you grew up privileged or whatever. Listen, it's got a time and a place. Don't get me wrong. Because if there's one thing I hate when people
act like they don't know that they're Nepo babies.
Act like they don't know that they're Nepo babies. It really grinds my mother effing gear. I will always have something to say about it.
I agree.
Always. Stop acting like you've lived the same life as everybody else. So right. I get it. But also, I think in this situation, that's low-hanging fruit.
For sure.
Because you
Agreed.
could say that about anybody for anything, but that doesn't mean that just because they grew up with a family with money and resources that they're not allowed to complain or have problems.
Right. Can we also be clear on the fact that celebrities chose to be famous and their children did not?
Yes, that's a huge one.
Like Beyonce is Beyonce because she worked to be Beyonce, and Jay-Z worked to be Jay-Z. Blue Ivy was just born into it. And you weirdos are fucking obsessed with a child.
Right.
I want to remind you, this is a little girl. And it's like that with celebrity children.
Right.
It's so weird.
They also don't have the privilege to fail.
Right.
Like there is such a privilege in being able to fail and to mess up, because a lot of the time, like what's happening right now, if it was like, let's say, held in private, if there was drama amongst a family and it's held in private, it's easier to reconcile rather than it being so public. And I'll say this, everyone's saying like, oh, he's being so ungrateful. He didn't have to take it to Instagram. He's the one who made it public. Let me be very clear. You're talking about Posh Spice and David Beckham. These are not only celebrities, these are celebrities from the UK. These are British celebrities. One thing people need to understand is that media and tabloids in the UK are a different animal. In the US, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, it's bad. But we're a very large country. We're more spread out. People have places to escape. In the US, it's like, if you don't want to be seen, you don't have to be seen.
Right.
In the UK, their media, their tabloids are used as weaponry because people genuinely listen and they genuinely take that shit as fact.
And they believe all of it.
And they believe all of it. So you're talking about Posh Spice and David Beckham, two people who came up in the late 90s and early 2000s, where toxic tabloids were at their absolute prime height, where they were ruining lives. Like, Britney Spears shaved her freaking head. People were going insane. Like, you're telling me, after everything that we know with tabloids today, with Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and how these media wars are used to switch the public's perception on the internet, you're telling me that over the past 3-4 years, where there's been tabloids coming out on the same side of Victoria Beckham and David Beckham calling their son ungrateful, you're telling me that Posh and David didn't have something to do with that to save face?
Let's just remember that she refers to herself as Posh
As
Spice.
Posh, like,
And let me tell you
I love
something.
her for it.
She's my fave.
Right.
Posh and Scary, love them the fuck down. But we have to keep. She refers to herself as Posh for a fucking reason, because she's posh, honey.
Yeah. Things got to be the way that she wants them to be. We're not saying she's not fabulous. We're just telling you guys to get a grip and see things. Let's see the full picture here.
Like, I guarantee she played some part.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
my other point that I want to make, because like we said before, we don't know them, right?
Right, we don't know these people.
I would bet my bottom dollar that it's a little bit of everything, because something that I was thinking about earlier was that when you have a strong woman, a woman like Posh, who is a decision maker, she likes things how she likes them. And I think that, you know, she taught a lot to David about how she likes things to be done. I think that when you're with a woman that is very particular, you go along with what she does and you admire her for it. You know, that's a woman who has taste. When you're the child of that woman, and that woman tends to like override stuff, especially a celebrity child, you know, where you don't get a lot of choice of whether you get to fail in private or do this or do that, and you have to do this stuff for the perception. I think when you get a little bit of freedom, especially because Brooklyn is the eldest child, right? You start to lose your path, and you're like, okay, well, all these decisions have always been made for me of what I'm supposed to do, and now I have this freedom to choose, and I don't know where to go. So what people do, in my experience, I'm not a professional, they cling to somebody like their mother that helps guide them. I would bet that Nicola and Victoria are extremely alike. Extremely similar. Because in my personal life, if there's one thing about my fiance, I love his mother and his father's mother, his grandmother and his mother. These women have had a history. And what I always say to everybody, I've been with this man for 6 years, is these women are, their personalities on what they like, and
They're like
almost identical. Like, very similar women.
Yeah.
Very similar. I think that an aimless boy will cling to a person like his mother, and then those two people will go at it. And I'm always I always say this, and I always bring it back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because I like watching the whole show. It's so evident to me.
Yeah.
I think because like I grew up with an older brother and he sucks at communication. Like he's caused so many. My brother has had a tendency. He'll say things and whatever, and it'll exacerbate a situation that didn't need to be exacerbated because of the lack of communication there. And when I watch The Real Housewives of New Jersey, like watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey, to me, I'm like, Melissa and Teresa could be unstoppable. There's like 2 seasons where they were really good together, and I was like, yeah. But then because of Joe, because of Teresa's brother and Melissa's husband, Joe, I'm like, I feel like his lack of communication and his inability to be emotionally regulated caused this huge family rift. I just always think like that. Like,
I think about that with my grandmother, my uncle, and his wife, because they've, for 30-something years, you know, they're cordial with each other. They tolerate each other. My grandmother, not so fucking nice. Not so nice. Okay? And she's one of those people who, you know, like, she thinks her son is her husband. You know what I mean? Like, well, he's got to do this for me because I'm his mother. And without me, you wouldn't have him. Are you going to fuck your son? Are you going to give your son babies? The answer is no. Anyway, so, you know, it gets weird.
Yeah.
And my uncle loved that man down. That's my bestie. But I know this is a man who'll be like, oh, she didn't mean it like that. Oh, he did. Oh, no. Don't take it like that.
Right.
And I know this because when my grandmother was abusing me my whole life, and I would tell him, he'd be like, oh, you know, just ignore her.
That's just what it is. Yeah.
I'm like, ignore her? She needs to be in jail.
Right. Yeah. No.
The fuck?
Jail, huh?
So, you know, I'm sure it was worse between him, you know, between his wife and my grandmother. I don't think my uncle's wife and my grandmother are similar, but I can't say that because it's not like I know her to that level. I don't know her on a level that like a spouse would know her.
Right.
I know her as like an aunt.
Yeah.
You know, I can say my mother and my grandmother, complete opposites.
Right.
My mother and my dad's mother, there's nothing in common.
Right.
You know what they have in common? They both have a vagina.
Right.
That's about it. That they
Good
have
for them.
When I tell you they have nothing in common, and this is someone who was not a safe space for me.
Right.
You think my mother let me be around my dad's mom alone? Never. And my mother till this day actually regrets me being around her mom alone because that caused me a lot of trauma. But, you know, my mom was a single mom, you know, she needed help. And my grandmother was kind of, you know, the first one there. So it's like, thank you for helping, but did you help?
Right.
Did you help or did you take control?
Right. And that's what I think it is. It's like, I think all of this stems back to men for me.
First of all,
it's true. It all stems back to weak men for me.
Everything is men's fault.
Right,
so
right.
That's not even an argument.
That's what I feel, though. It all stems back to weak men because I think that a lot of the times when there's a mother who has a son who, like, she has a lot of control over him, and then he doesn't know how to operate outside that control. And then he tries to find himself and he doesn't know how to pick himself up by his 2 feet. He has no clue how to like get back up and keep running. He doesn't know how to fail and keep moving. He clings to another woman who then shows him her own control, a woman who's very strong, statured, understand, whatever is particular. So he clings to her personality and her likes and stuff. And then his mother turns around and says, well, that's not what I taught my son. And the tension goes to the daughter when it should go to your weak ass son that you raised. Sorry, that's how I feel. I see it all the time. It's like a trope that I cannot, I feel like because I was raised in a space where it's like so old school, traditional, Catholic, conservative, where it's you have the man and the woman and you do this and you get married and you have the kid and the man does that. I have not seen one strong example of this fantasy type of leader man, even in marriages that are still together, I still look at the woman as like the woman's the one who runs the show, like what we were saying before.
Every time.
And so when there's tension, like Victoria and Nicola and Brooklyn, I'm like, I would bet it's because her son is probably a little weak.
Listen,
I mean, he's nobody knows what he does. I feel like people don't mind when they don't know what a man does because men can hide behind their money and their career. But if a woman owns a business, if it's a hair salon, it's like, oh, she owns that little hair salon. Or, you know, if a woman cooks and cleans for you, it's like, yeah, she's cooking and cleaning because she's a woman. But every time we think the duty itself, I'm going so deep, I'm so sorry. But we think the duty itself of cooking and cleaning belongs to a woman. But then innately, when you hear, oh, well, there's a chef at a restaurant, you innately think it's a man.
It's a fucking man.
Because it's only a man's position when it's paid work. Right. But when it's non-paid work, oh, that must be for a woman.
Exactly.
And it's amazing to me that, like, and this type of, like, internalized patriarchal misogyny really flows through me, which is why I feel like I talk about it a lot. Because I have such a tough time asking for what I'm worth when it comes to my rates and my pay. Because I'm like, oh my God, am I worth that? Are they just going to shun me?
When you are a woman and you are a decision maker, as I've talked about, my mother worked for Leona Hemsley for some time. Leona was, if you Google her right now, the first thing that comes up, it says Queen of Mean. Queen of Mean. She's such a bitch. Because she's running up against fucking Trump and all the other men in real estate. She's the richest woman in the fucking world at the time. You think she's gonna be a fucking softie?
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Crazy.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like she was peaches and fucking cream. You know what I mean? But you don't get to be that level of successful, especially as a fucking woman kissing ass.
Right. But that's the thing too, is they keep underestimating. They keep underestimating.
But anyway, back to the boy mom thing. Here's what I want to say. Millennials and Gen Z, as we grow older and we have children and we have daughter-in-laws, please be better.
Be better.
Make it so when we have kids and they watch shit like Monster-in-Law and Crazy Rich Asians and Hush and Everybody Loves Raymond and fuck it, even Love Story, okay? When they watch these TV shows and these movies where the plot line always includes the boy's mom being a menace, make sure they can't relate.
Right.
Make sure they're like, this is psychotic. Is this what mother-in-laws used to be like? Yeah. Let's end it. Let's end it. You know, there's a woman named, I think her name is Janelle Marie, and she's kind of created this, like, you know, space for people who are dealing with toxic in-laws. And something she said I found so incredibly profound. She was saying a lot of times you'll have a son who doesn't have like a very close relationship to his mom, married to a woman who's very close to her mom.
Right.
And his mom will hate the daughter-in-law, but her mom will know every fucked up thing your son has ever said and done and still loves him.
Right.
Because her daughter loves him because she has respect for her daughter.
Right.
I was like, oh, accurate. True.
So let's rewrite the history, ladies.
Yeah.
Let's when we have kids, I mean, honestly, like our generations having kids is going to be
a shit show.
It's a shit show.
But like fun, I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, fun. Yeah. But I think that, honestly, I think we've been learning from like Gen X and elder millennials because some of
I know
what we're changing.
I know.
So shall we go on to our nightcap?
Yes.
Nightcap. It is our little saying or statement of the week that we let you lead into your next week, month, or year with. Do you have any that you want to say?
No, I want you to. I want you to win.
Okay, I'm gonna say for your nightcap, just to remind you and everyone that we live in a really amazing time where opportunity is everywhere, and it is never too late to start fresh.
Ooh,
you don't have to wait for anybody or anything or any age, or you passed your prime or anything, it is never too late to start fresh. As much as there are like standards on, oh, well, you need to be this young when you start this business or when you go into this career or when you model or when you this or when you that. That doesn't mean that there's no paths for older people to go along with, like, let's say modeling, for instance. There's still older women modeling in a freaking Macy's catalog. There's still older women that are in commercials that they need. You're never too late to make money off of who you are.
Can I just add to that? You know, the whole thing about modeling and also influencing, which honestly, I find to be the same fucking thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You're advertising.
You're in advertising, right?
Yeah. You're advertising to the people like you.
Right.
Okay. Hi. So you're going to need old people so that the older people can be like, oh, this works for people my age? Cool.
Yes.
Hello?
And you know what? I always say to my mom, I wish that she was better with technology, because my mother always wants to be on camera. Always wants to be on camera. If it was up to me, I'd have my mom getting, like, you know, her digitals done and everything, because my mother was like, she's one of those people where she knew how to thrive within the box she felt she was dealt. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody who meets her always says, yeah, but you're bigger than this box. And now
women always are.
And now, right? And now after her career and after everything, she like started this new business of dog boarding, and she's making like more money than she had like made within the last 15 years.
That's
and
amazing.
All from word of mouth. And I'm like, Mom, if my mom like knew how to vlog or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what you start or what you feel like you've passed, or if you feel like, oh, well, I'll work on this tomorrow. I'll work on this project tomorrow. Or it's never too late to start fresh. The only person who believes that is you. Because sometimes people in the world, the universe, whatever, all these opportunities are flying around us. They're all floating around our head. Really, it's just your job to reach out and take something. Right. Because how many times do you think, wow, this would be a really good idea, but nah, I'm not going to do it. 2 months later, you see somebody come out with the same exact idea that you had. And you're like, but I thought of that first. I should have acted on that.
But you didn't.
But you didn't.
The idea needed to be brought to life. Right. And you sat on it.
Right.
And so it went to someone else. You know, this is something that Michael Jackson used to say. He'd be like, if I have an idea, I need to write it down. I need to act on it so it doesn't go to Prince.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Factual.
Right. It's never too late, because guess what? Somebody else is waiting to start as well. And it's not, opportunities are limitless. It's not about competing with somebody else, but it's competing with yourself. Do you want to live the same day over and over? Or do you want to start something new?
You know, you guys should really read Forbes. There's so many articles on the fact that most successful people or companies, they start when they're like 50.
Yes.
So, you know, unless you're dead, then it's not too late. Also, sometimes when you're dead, that's when shit really takes off, if you're like a painter or something. Right. You know what I mean? You know what you should paint? Fake your death. And okay.
Fake your death.
So
cunty, by the way.
I have ideas. DM me. Yeah.
Oh, we love a good fake death.
Oh, it's my dream.
Oh my God. A fake death.
No, because now they're going to kill me in this.
I mean, what did I say last season? I said my dream funeral would be me setting up a scavenger hunt after my wake. And everybody find these little notes in their home. Yeah. And then everybody everybody has to go on a scavenger hunt as I'm laid to rest.
Okay.
And then what if I just pop out? What if I'm still alive? And I'm like, surprise! And now we do a giant concert.
Okay, well, thank God.
And Prince comes out.
I'll be dead before you, so I don't have to worry about this.
No, we'll die together. Thelma and Louise, baby.
What in the Notebook is happening?
Thelma and Louise. We'll just drive off a cliff together. Oh my God. You know what I mean? All right, guys. This has been
quite an adventure.
Welcome back,
people. Welcome back.
Episode 1, Season 3. We're back and we're better.
I missed us.
Too. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon so that, listen, if you guys subscribe to our Patreon, if you like and share our reels on Facebook Reels, you're directly impacting our ability to do this. Like, podcasting is not easy. It's an oversaturated space. And it is helpful when we have the means to sustain it. So we want to give you guys more on Patreon to let you know that we care about you. And do not forget to write in or even send a video in
Ooh,
of
that's
you.
cute.
Right?
We won't post it.
No,
Don't worry.
Unless
Unless you want us to.
unless you want us to.
Okay.
But write something in that you need advice on.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about it.
We do.
Give us more.
Or tell us like a juicy story. You know, like those people who read like the Reddits, like, am I the asshole?
I love
send
those.
Don't send to Reddit. Send it to us.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we love you so much. Like, share, follow, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.